Okay, we'll jump right in here. So, just to start it off, they've been, I know Avon and here at Huron, we've been rolling material out of future buckets or landscape grade buckets. Anything due to leaf issues, obviously deciduous, and rolling those items to current. So, if those items meet our size specifications and they're just going through their normal dormancy where the leaves are starting to turn, those items are now will be in the current bucket. So just FYI, next week, what we ship will be the best that we can pull, but it's very possible that it will start going through its dormancy. So most of that material, I believe, is rolled. I don't know, Cheryl, where are you at?
I have a little bit, well, all
Handful.
the buckets are cleaned up.
Okay.
So I'm just reviewing stuff that I had, summer bucket, I'm sorry, future bucket. So I'm gonna try and get that done hopefully by tomorrow.
Okay, so, but be patient with us. It might take today to kind of get things cleaned up, but all that material should be in and you can start shipping. So just make sure we have that talk with our customers. We communicate that, especially anybody who is in the garden center realm, really expecting something to look, top end retail ready. That's just not possible in our zone at this time of year. So Bailey, this is number 7. You can see here we're going through, they're starting their dormancy. We're getting color changes in the leaf, but you can just focus on that size. These things are just massive. You can see there we got good branching all the way down to the bottom of the pot. So people are going to be just really pleased with this plant. Obviously, re-wholesale landscape type of plant, but we have 400 of them that are just all the same and sell with confidence on that one. Grass Hamlin. We did officially run out of 2 gallons yesterday. We tried to make a sub. We couldn't sub it, but we do have 19 centimeters and we have the 3s. So this is the 3 gallon here. You can see there we got excellent plumage going on. Still got good color on the foliage, but the foliage is going to start to decline. It's going to start to get a little more brown in it as we go along, but those plumes will still hang in there. Just as a reminder, we do not fall trim grass, okay? So these grass, they'll just continue to go dormant as they are. We do not trim grass back until we get into almost late January. Okay, so you don't need to ask me the question, can I hold on trimming? I seem to get those every year. We do not trim them until January. So you can ship them late into the season. They'll have, those nice plumes there for somebody that still wants that to plant in a landscape. Jambalaya. So this is some of the new grass coming out there. This is in the worry-free. These are just fantastic. I mean, you can see there the thickness on that plume, the coloring in there. This whole series that they've come out with, the Cayenne, the Etouffee, Jambalaya, Praline, and then hopefully we get some Hush Puppy going. Hush Puppy is a little different. It's a very, very small plume, but the large plume ones, the real showers, the color, we have all 4 of those. Just fantastic. You can see there, that color in there should last quite a while through the fall. So hopefully you can get some people to bite on these. And, they're in the worry-free because they are sterile grass. So they won't have any issues with that. So that's another selling point. Hydrangea Limelight. So I want to show you there, we still have kind of the sunlight is kind of bleaching it out, but they still have a really good color on the foliage. The foliage is still looking good. We still have some blooming going on in there. So, this could go as retail ready if it needed to. Will there be some leaves trying to start to turn? Very possible, but it's still a good shower, still got great color. There's blooms coming on it. So you can go with that. Go ahead and go to the vanilla strawberry. So vanilla strawberry there, you can see, you're gonna have a few yellow leaves in it, but just on this 2 gallon, fantastic sizing. This one can go either way. It can go towards the landscape wholesaler. Definitely, this would be the hydrangea I would pick if I was looking for great value. It's an excellent variety. That strawberry bloom. It starts out white, and then as you go along, you get that strawberry color into it. Great plant, very tough plant, and just the sizing here on this thing is excellent value, especially for people looking to get some jobs in the fall. It'll give them a little bit of wow for a little bit of money. So hydrangea quickfire fab. So quickfire fab is kind of the new one. You can see here this crop, how it was trimmed earlier, is starting to put on more plumes. So this one might have some legs in the garden center for a couple 3 weeks. So this is a perfect time to get them out. They'll actually get some blooming on there. I can't guarantee we have enough time to get color in there, but there will be blooming going on for anybody who wants to take advantage of some last minute sales out there, have a little color. It's also, you can see there, great size, great shape, full to the bottom. So it can go anywhere it needs to go. And last but not least, Prime. So just to talk a little bit about Limelight Prime. Limelight Prime definitely has stronger stems, very thick, reddish stems. It is a lime green flower, but it will get a little bit of pink in it at the very end. So it's a very light blush pink. So we'll start out really, really green when it comes out, and then it'll be that limey green. Then it'll fade a little more to white, still having a little bit of green, and then it'll get little hues of pink on it. So Limelight Prime is a selection that they're putting up against Limelight, but it is a little different. Definitely a little more compact, sturdier, stiffer. It's got a lot of things going for it, but we need to communicate that it will have just a little bit of pink color at the end. So anyways, that's kind of the long and the short of the hydrangeas. So let's start thinking about Christmas. So Ilex Red Sprite. So you can see here, Cheryl took a close-up of the photos. I take it you didn't take that off the internet?
No. The leaves are kind of
Yeah.
up.
So
that's down below.
So Cheryl's not fooling you there.
No.
That's really what that was a photo out there. Yeah, as the leaves keep falling off, which they're starting to, you can just see there how great a job the growers did with loading those up with berries. I mean, you're gonna be wowed with how many berries are on this thing. Now is the time to get these out. The later you go, and then you start putting them on racks and stacking them in a truck and stuff, and you can imagine as you start pulling them apart, they grab each other. They'll try to pull the berries off. Right now, the berries on there good and tight, but the later you go, the harder it's going to be to ship and keep all those berries on. Now, the berries will hold on for a very, very long time. It's just, now's the time. Then the next week or two is the time. Don't wait to the bitter end and then ship them out. You want to get that shipping done now while it's tougher and it can handle it. And then it'll just stay full of berries, all the way up into Christmas. If that's what they need to do, they will do that. So, make sure you look at the whole verticillata line. We've talked about the Goblin Orange, and we got Red Sprite, and we got the Magicals, and I don't know, what am I missing? Winter Red. So we got all different kinds there. We showed you over the last several weeks, but let's keep pushing these. This is the time to sell this. This is when this plant looks its best. So if we can get some focus, that would be great. Ilex Willimer, different animal. So this is a Willoway introduction from back in the day. Very compact, dense, kind of Menservia type of Holly X hybrid. So it will get some berrying on it, but it's really not known for its berrying. It's more about its blue-green foliage, smaller leaf, very soft leaf. It's not a spiny leaf. And it stays low and compact, so it's very adaptable for those areas. It's got good hardiness, but when you go way north, you need to protect it a little bit. But also, it stays pretty short, so it doesn't seem to have a lot of issues with windburn, especially if you get any kind of snow in the area. It really helps to protect it. But we got great availability, real nice full plants. Cheryl just changed the size from 12-inch to 15-inch to better reflect how large the plant is. So, Physocarp, or no, sorry, what do we got? Oh, the prunus. Okay, so we have this whole line of fruit. This is the black, it's black tart, or tartini, which is the full Latin, but it's everybody calls it black tart. So this is definitely an edible cherry. We have the cherries, the plums, the apricots, the peaches. Just remember when you're looking at it, you're not that familiar. Prunus covers a lot of stuff. Okay, so prunus covers the peaches and the cherries and the apricots. A lot of that stuff is classified as a prunus. So if you're struggling through the 127 different varieties of fruit that we have, remember that it's this little quick thing. Don't keep looking up and down to try to find a category for a peach. It's prunus. So, but you can see there, fantastic sizing. Still got the leaves on there, but they're going to start to go. Okay, so they're going to start to go dormant. Everything's going to start to go dormant here, but they're still looking good. They're done growing, they're hardening up, getting ready for winter. I would suggest anybody who brings these in, I really like to protect most of the cherries, peaches, apricots, all that for the winter. Apples are a lot tougher. Pears are a lot tougher. They can get healed out in the bed, but these guys, they really should go in some kind of covered hoop house. Once they're planted in the ground, that's different. But when they're in a container, we got to be careful. They can't just get thrown together on a lot and just kind of throw a little straw on the top and think everything's going to be okay. They need just a little bit more protection. Physocarpa, ginger wine. So, this has been a fairly popular plant, growing in popularity. We really like it. You can see from the photo, it's fairly compact, but it's still an aggressive grower, much more than compact than summer wine. And it gives a real nice shine to the leaf. The leaf holds up better through the summer heat, where sometimes summer wine can fade out a little bit, and a lot of wax on the leaf, so it's very glossy all year long. So great plant. Rhamnus fine line. So we do have a 3-gallon crop up here. We are still listing this as improved. We're going to list the improved that we got in as improved throughout the spring. But remember, after spring, we will no longer have improved. Proven winner took it back, but they said it's okay to keep selling it. There's nothing wrong with the plant itself per se. They keep getting inconsistency in the strain. So when you go to propagate it, you can get some of the propagate to be just a little bit different. So they're working on that breeding. But when you buy this plant, you're going to get, a nice fine line. And the nice thing about this one is it really puts leaves out all the way down to the bottom. So that's really what they were after with the breeding. So it still does that, but there's just a little bit of inconsistency. So don't worry too much about that. But I just want to let you know it will pop back off the market here sometime in the spring. And we will continue to offer, straight fiber. Spirea gold mount. We got some fantastic size gold mounts out there. Plenty of depth. You can see there 3,000 landscape staple. It's definitely a cheaper price compared to the proven winners. So this is, your wholesaler, your landscape guy that's looking for a deal. This is the best way to go here and sell on that quality. It's excellent quality out there, great sizing in a 3-gallon. So we wanted to show those off. And, I would expect the foliage to fade here a little bit, but as long as we don't get a frost, that foliage is going to stay pretty decent for a while. Spirea Glow Girl, different animal. So Glow Girl it blooms one time, so it's going to bloom in the spring, but it has that yellow foliage. It's a little more of kind of an open grower. It's a different animal. It has a different look to it. Extremely tough. This series can really take a lot of abuse. So Straight Bet Tor and Glow Girl, this is like a parking lot plant that you can just beat up and it'll keep coming back. So, if somebody's really looking for a commercial job or something like that, this plant would be excellent for that. So Spirea Magic Carpet, that's one that's been around for a long time. You can see here the sizing. Now this one is starting to fade out on its foliage. Obviously it's done blooming for the year. But we got great size, still considered, it's a high valued plant for the landscape market. So, we can keep talking about that. Schmargard. So, we just wanted to show you some B&B. We released Arborvitae. So I know they're out there starting to dig them right now. So Cheryl here listed the 3 different sizes. We got some really good numbers here. So, you can see there, looks like the 72s are sold. They're booked out. I don't know what that means for sure. You guys do. And also the 96s are booked out. There's still some availability on 84s. I'm sure that's not going to last long. But you can see there, we basically went from growing about 500 of these to, we're really ramping up to around 3,000 or so. But you can see there the quality, the size. The guys did a great job. We are digging them. So if you have them on order, I'm going to get those out, get those orders to Mark. Green Giant. Same thing here. We wanted to show you. They, that right now they appear to be sold out. But we just wanted to show you. You can get them on a truck. They look, they look great right now. And so let me talk about the 15-gallon 72-inch while we're on this. It looks like we have enough to, pull another week off next week, but we're getting down there. So, Cheryl's double checking accounts, make sure we got it. Just a reminder, it still looks like to me we're going to run out. We're going to run out of those 72s, and then we're going to switch to a 60. Still a 15-gallon, 60-inch, be a little bit cheaper price than the 72. But, I can tell from how many you guys are shipping. I think we shipped darn near 1,000 this week, 72s. You guys love them, and that's great. But, geez, we have about 3,500 of those that big, and you guys have burnt through them pretty quick. So we're going to keep pushing forward, keep trying to get those things bigger, but it's just all we have right now. And then we'll keep availability on the 60s. I know that's an important plant, but I just want to get it out there. So if you got somebody on the fence, it might be too late. I don't know where you are with selling them out, but people can't sit on the fence too long with that type of sizing. So, Viburnum dilatatum. So this is straight dilatatum. we were kind of growing this along here, and they were kind of test plants and this and that, trying to evaluate them. And we finally just decided to just call it straight dilatatum. We thought there might be something there. It is a little better strain than straight dilatatum. It's got a little better branching. You can see there's loaded with fruit. This is a soft fruit. So as soon as the birds find this thing, it will be stripped. So I don't know how long the fruit will hang out there, but once we start getting some little bit rougher weather, the birds will move from the seeds into these late fruits, and we'll strip them. So it's a great plant for birds. It's a great flowering plant in the spring. It's great for wildlife. Very tough plant, and you can see there from the sizing, it's fantastic sizing. So we listed it as a 24. They're probably bigger than that, but they're in a 3-gallon. We got some really good pricing on that. So we'd like to see these move. So see what you can do there and see if we can get them moved out. All right.